everyone, it's Adele Di Casso here. I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to share some tips from this excellent book by Jack Canfield. It's called How to Get From Where You Are to Where You Want to Be, and the subtitle is The 25 Principles of Success. It's a book I've had for a long time. I've read it several times, and it's one that I always go back to look at what I've highlighted and just pick out the odd thing if I need some inspiration for something. It's just an amazing book. If you do look for this book today, it does now have a white cover because it's had another edition since this, but because this one's quite old. You can tell it's old because it was only £7.99 and it's really, really thick. I'm not sure how much it is now, but it's a really, really good book. There's a review on the back by Anthony Robbins as well. Jack Canfield's principles are simple, but the results you'll achieve will be extraordinary. I do feel like some of the things I learned from this book, have been fundamental in my journey and are always things that I come back to. So that's why I wanted to share them. Now there's 25 principles in here, but I'm not going to go through them all, obviously. I'm just going to, I've picked out a few of my favourite ones, and I'm just going to take you through them. And then if you like the sound of it, you can go and get yourself a copy of the book. So the first principle is to take 100% responsibility for your life, and it's something that has helped me so much to always think about that, have that in the back of your mind all the time. Never blame or use excuses. Instead of looking outside of yourself for the answer, look inside of you. And it's a really, really good principle of success, is to always take 100% responsibility. The second one is to decide what you want and know what you want. If you have a clear vision of what you want, you've always got that end in mind, then your inner guidance can guide you towards what it is that you want. It's like the satellite navigation system in a car. All you have to do is put in your end destination, and that guidance system will take you to where you want to be. And it's exactly the same with ourselves. If we have a desired outcome, then step by step our inner guidance will help us to reach that end point. If we don't know where we're going, we'll just wander around aimlessly, won't we? So we need to have that end point in mind. The third one is to believe in yourself, and it's just simply not saying negative things to yourself. So when we say the words "I can't," we really disempower ourselves. We take away our power. It's so such a negative thing to say to ourselves. So instead of saying "I can't," you need to say "I can," and it will just the words and the phrases that we use, they have such an effect on ourselves, on our mind. We need to turn it all around. Jack Canfield also talks about what other people think of you is none of your business, and I love that. Because we shouldn't worry about what other people are thinking. We should just do what we believe in and what we feel that we want to do, because most of the time other people aren't spending time thinking about you anyway. They're too busy worrying about themselves. The next one is to become an inverse paranoid, and I love this one. So instead of thinking, oh, everything always goes wrong for me, nothing ever works out for me, just tell yourself the opposite. Say, I can't wait to see what is going to happen today, what great things are going to happen today. And there's a quote which says, I believe that the world is plotting to do me good today. I can't wait to see what it is. So I love that. Become an inverse paranoid. Release the brakes. That's the next one. If you imagine that you're driving along and your car feels really, really sluggish and you're really fighting to get it to move forwards, it's quite often because we've forgot to release the handbrake. And Jack Canfield talks about, we have our own handbrake on in our own lives because we're fighting against limiting beliefs constantly. And the easiest way, to make the journey easier and smoother is to release the brake. But most of the time we don't. We just fight against all these limiting beliefs. So if you can release the brakes and tell yourself some new beliefs, and this is where affirmations come in and visualization, just to just tell yourself that different story, then you'll find that you move forward at a faster pace, a smoother pace, and you achieve things that you know, before you couldn't because you were just constantly fighting against yourself. The next one is to act as if. And this is one of my favourite ones as well. And I've always believed in this. And I had a mentor that said to me years ago now, if you want to earn £10,000 a month, act like you're earning it now. And, you know, be the person that would be, you know, the kind of person that earns £10,000 a month. So it's about acting like, talking like, thinking like, dressing like even the person who you want to be. You know, and what, you know, if it's an income, then, you know, that's great. If it's just somebody that you admire, that you would like to be like, or you have a vision of, you know, the person that you would like to be like, just start thinking like that person now and acting like them and visualizing that happening. Next is to take action. And there is a quote that I have pinpointed to demonstrate this one. If your ship doesn't come in, swim out to meet it. I love that quote by Jonathan Winters. Nothing happens until you take action. You know, there's no point just thinking about something and you know, willing it to happen. You've got to actually take action. So you've just got to take the first step. And, you know, if it's inspired action, then all the better. I love inspired action. It's when, you know, you take actions that feel right and they don't feel like work, and it just feels like the next logical step. So take action. Until you take that first step, you know, nothing's going to happen. You've got to, you know, get the process in motion. And it can be a series of tiny steps. It doesn't have to be big steps. Just take that first little step, and then you'll find that the next one unfolds in front of you, and the next and the next. Next is number 8 is reject rejection. So you've just got to accept that not everybody's going to say yes to you. Whatever it is that you're doing, you know, you're always going to get rejection, and you've just not got to take it personally. So there's a thing that he uses that I've always used in my business, which is SW, 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 SW. And it's some will, some won't, so what, someone's waiting, because there's always somebody waiting. So if you need, you know, people to say yes to you, and you're not, you know, people, you find that people aren't saying yes to you, you've just got to keep asking, and eventually somebody will say yes. And the last one is believe it's possible. So this is so important. You know, I've seen it so many times in my own business where people have achieved amazing things, and when you speak to them and when they tell their story, it's always because alongside the action they've believed that it was absolutely possible for them, and they've just believed it was going to happen. So it's such an important one, is to believe that it's possible. So you've got to, you know, there's two there. There's believe in yourself and believe that you're capable of doing it and that you deserve it, but also believe that it's possible for you to achieve what it is that you're setting out to achieve. So there was 9 principles there. There's obviously lots more, and maybe I'll do another video at some point, but they were my favourite ones. And like I say, this book is just absolutely amazing book. Like a Bible of success. There's so many things in here. You know, it's an old book now. I've highlighted so many things in here. But yeah, it's just an amazing book, and I do love Jack Canfield. He's always been, I think since I saw him on The Secret as well years ago, I've always liked Jack Canfield. So yes, hope that helps you. I hope you'll go and buy the book, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.